Let's get into performance rankings.
Let's go. Last one of the year. Here we go.
The good,
Is it acceptable hard to say it was the performance so far of the World Cup? Maybe not.
the bad,
Scratching my head, that performances was just lacked that intensity.
and the amber. Off the balls. Performance rankings.
Is it too early in the whole festivities to be having chocolate for breakfast?
I don't think so.
It is a bit early, isn't it?
Eating
Like
chocolate is the drinking of broadcasting,
mornings.
isn't it? Yeah. I like eating.
There's a new thing. John Duggan discovered this new thing, which is like just the dairy milks.
Yeah.
So this is a dairy milk whole nut. That's also a whole nut. Dairy milk caramel. It's a box just of them.
Can you tell me this? You know, celebrations.
Yeah.
What's your favourite?
I don't know. Probably the Maltesers.
God, I thought I was going to say something else. The big
Or
debate
the
there.
Snickers.
The big debate on Friday morning show. Keith didn't have Maltesers as his toppy in Milky Way. He's the only person I've ever heard, not have Maltesers number one. It's a taste sensation.
They are different from. I think we did talk about this as well.
Yeah, you never get the condensed version of that Malteser.
We're talking about this in the future.
Is superior to the actual Malteser bar that you would buy in a shop on its own. You know,
Malteser bars, not even in part of the conversation.
So to start, title race. We have a title race, folks. As you see the Premier League trophy there in front. Eventually, you will. We've Arsenal top. So everyone now, with the exception of Fulham and Nottingham Forest, who played tonight, have played 17 games. Arsenal top by 2 points, 39. Now, Ger, Arsenal have been top at this stage of the season 3 of the last 4 seasons. And it all amounted to none.
Hill of beans.
Right? None. But they are the half-season champions of the last half decade. You got to give them that. You got to give them that under there today.
And as I always say, you get a special prize for that.
You got to give them that. So they're on 39 points. They're 2 points ahead of Manchester City. So both sides won on Saturday. And interestingly, Man City were top of the league briefly before Arsenal went to Everton and won 1-0. Victor Gyökeres with the penalty arrow. Jake O'Brien got caught bad there. Bit of fielding, Gaelic football, double handball. Man City had a handy old 3-0 at home to West Ham. And in third place, and we will get to this side, don't worry about it, are the Villains. So they're on 36 points, 3 points only behind Arsenal on this unprecedented run of form that they have. But in fourth place is Chelsea, deeply flawed Chelsea, 29 points. They were 2-0 down at St James's Park Saturday early afternoon. Came back to draw 2-2, and Liverpool are fifth. This is a bizarre season, isn't it?
Well,
I put title race in here for a reason, because it feels like there's a title race. It also feels like it's incredibly unpredictable outside of Arsenal.
I think, not to rain on the parade here, but I think this is done and dusted, and Man City are going to win the league. And it's,
Do you?
I think it's like 12-0, or maybe 12-2 on aggregate in their last 4 games, right? They've just kicked into it, and it's like quietly I can't see this City team putting together a run, and then you're looking through the team and you're like, oh.
I tipped them.
You did, in fairness, at the start of the year.
Yeah, Haaland player of the year.
Welcome back.
Yeah, we're live now.
Hey, where are we live?
News Talk YouTube channel.
Oh wow, this could be the best thing that ever happened to us.
Yeah.
You know, it's mad new audience. We'll get real political up in here. Arsenal top. Hello everyone. News Talk. Arsenal top 39 points. Man City second 37 points. Aston Villa third on 36 points. So you think
four
Man City
people
will
watching
win?
on YouTube this morning?
That's good. That's a nice little.
There's an ad before we can go.
There is
live
an ad,
there.
yeah.
If I have to flick, wait for the. I can't even skip it. It's unskippable ads.
Cozy little VIP.
Comashun Railtas Ulrastic something or other. Yeah. Anytime now. Go on. You keep this show on the road there, Colm.
Well, I just think it is sort of a title race. So Gary Neville thinks that Arsenal are going to eventually separate themselves from the pack in springtime.
Arsenal will.
Yeah, he said this last night afterwards on his own podcast. But I just can't help but feel Man City will do
That's
this.
the Sky podcast, not his own. It's his own.
The Gary Neville podcast
On
is
Sky.
called On Sky. But I
Which is
type in
separate
Gary
from
Neville.
his
I don't
nonsense.
type in
It's just him and the
Sky
Gantry.
Sports.
Yeah,
it's him
like-
and Peter Drury teeing him up in a very selfless way. Peter Drury does that. I have to say,
It's nice
this
for a
boy,
change.
very say about the boy. So City, right? I think a lot of people are on board with you now, Arthur, that say I think City could do this, right? But it's funny because it's not really a vintage City side, you know. Although they do have the boy,
Do you think so?
and they do have your man. I always
why
just
would you-
think that you kind of. Do you know when I think of a Premier League winning side? I always think there's a core of like one real like defiant, undroppable centre back and one amazing central midfielder. And they obviously have a load of very good players. I'm not saying that. A lot of great players, actually. But I just feel there's a lack of ownership of this season of like what is the Man City side of the 25-26 campaign? Like, what is it? It's Haaland's continuing his freak of nature, goal scoring, and then a load of really good players behind him. Now, that's only unfair by comparison to previous Pep Guardiola Manchester City sides.
Well, yeah, but we didn't know all those great sides were great until they went and did the things that made them great. So I suppose my point is I think that they're in the middle, not in the middle, but they're in the foothills of doing that already. And like, Sharky's performances are off the charts.
Turkey is so good. And Marmoush, like, he started with a bang when he signed in January. And he's just another option now. So who is Man City's most important midfielder?
Sharky's 22, Turkey.
Yeah.
Who is he?
I think we take them for granted, though.
He only cost 40 million. It's like 100 million less than Florian Wirtz.
Yeah. No, I do think we take them for granted because I don't think we're as invested in them anyway.
No, but it turns out,
thing.
I was looking at, the City fans aren't as invested in them. There was empty seats behind the goal when the third one was going in. I'm like, lads, they can't. There's like, they're building a new tier, are they? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I suppose you have to have ambition, don't you?
No, yeah.
Like,
I know. I think that there's a bloodlessness around it for some reason, and yet the football is.
It's probably that next generation, aren't you? You're waiting for that next generation of fans. That it's like, we'll see it, you'll start seeing it, like, so that whatever, they've been kind of major relevant now for 12, 13 years. So maybe it's a case of like they're building for 10, 15 years time again.
Yeah.
But I do, like, it's funny because I do think it's one of those things that if, like, everyone kind of, no one's under any illusion about Haaland. But if Haaland played for Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal or whatever, I think it's one of those things where it's like we'd be talking about this guy an awful lot more.
Yeah.
I've never seen it play, a little bit like with Keane, but you're like, it's a weaker league with Bayern. But I've never had a situation where you're so confident turning on. City have scored. Check that. Haaland. Oh, yeah. There you go. It's like, there's no doubt about it.
That's very true, buddy.
You're surprised it's not him.
If it's not Haaland, who's it usually in your mind?
Well, you definitely had to have Messi and Ronaldo for that little pile.
No, who's next scoring? Foden.
Oh, next scoring for City. I mean, it's a little bit more murky.
Yeah.
But
now maybe that doesn't matter, you know?
Well, it didn't matter for Liverpool last year, he did it.
Who was Liverpool's second top scorer, yeah.
Christ knows.
Not putting everyone on there. Doesn't really matter, yeah, maybe.
Luis Diaz?
So, it could have been. I will find out. But I'm looking at City side that played West Ham here. Right, so...
I'd like to say so. What a hardcore there have found us. Dermot Keenan's in the comments. Bohemian 29. They're finding us. They're coming around.
If you want it, you'll find it.
They'll find it.
So Phil Foden, would you say he's their most important midfielder? Is midfielder forward?
See, Phil Foden plays in the same position as Morgan Rogers.
Oh, England have a big conundrum.
Well, too many. I was sorry, we named off that brilliant England team and one of the things we were doing last week, and I had totally forgotten about Bukayo Saka. And I was like, well, he's in the team.
Who definitely starts, yeah.
He is in the team.
They have a big conundrum.
They love him.
Cole Palmer, Eze, Bellingham, Foden and Rogers.
Cody Gakpo was the second top scorer last season.
Cody Gakpo, okay.
Luis Diaz. So it went Salah 34, Gakpo 18, Luis Diaz 17.
Okay, so outside, so Erling stays fit, maybe Man City win the league. If he doesn't, the goals will be shared by Foden and Sharky and maybe a bit of Marmoush.
And some Reinders.
Savinha. So their most important midfielder, Foden, kind of a forward. Reinders is probably the next, isn't it? And then who's their quintessential centre-half? Probably Ruben Diaz.
Yeah. He's very good. Like,
I could see him lifting trophies. I could see him, but I suppose it's only by comparison to previous City sides that I'm waiting for that real identity of Premier League champions. But yeah, I do think they're going to win it. It just goes back to the Arsenal thing, isn't it? I just want to.
So you think City are going to win it too? So
I've never thought Arsenal are going to do it. You know, as good as they are,
steadfast in that. To be fair,
as really good as they are. But they're flying at the moment. They are the half-season champions. You all right? Chocolate, you see? Do you know?
I know.
It'll get you. Do you have water?
I don't.
Oh, please. Let's get the boy water. Third time in 4 seasons, Arsenal are top at Christmas. So we've seen it before. Can they do it at the end? So that is a title race.
Do you think they could come back from it if they don't do it? Don't want to be too.
Yeah, I don't buy into the it's this season or never for Arteta. I don't buy into that because they're still class. They're still getting better all the time. Just I don't think they're going to win the league.
What else could they do? Like what do you do in the summer if you don't win the league now?
Well, I suppose you could.
Where do you possibly target?
You could upgrade, I guess, in certain areas.
Better striker.
Yeah.
You just spent whatever money you spend. You're
I know,
you're not getting that back.
No, you're not. That's it. You don't get it back. It's fallacy of sunk cost.
I know it's not. It's not that. Like they have a limit. They have a budget. You can't.
Well, you could put 150 million in. I no guarantee that's going to work either. But I don't know.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
But I do. Yeah, I agree with you. If Haaland was now, he's fairly regular. To be fair to him, doesn't miss an awful lot of games.
He is. We'll get to a regular guy who's no longer there in a second. So, Premier League title race. I'm going to put it in the green because I do think it is competitive. It's a really strange season. So, is it a 2-horse or 3-horse Premier League title race?
It's a 2-horse race, right? For now, because it's a 2-horse race. Villa haven't managed to maintain a title challenge yet. Until you do one, you're not challengers, I think.
No, what? That doesn't make any sense. You're right there. They bet the teams. They bet Irish. They bet Villa. Did they beat City? At least they did, didn't they?
They've beaten everybody, yeah.
So they've beaten the two teams above them.
Yeah, but also they don't have a striker. Their right back keeps passing the ball to the opposition in goal scoring opportunities. He's like the most creative opponent against them.
He wasn't. Well, yeah, it wasn't a pass yesterday, but great.
I'm going to put it in green. What do you want to do?
Yes, good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Can I just very quickly? I'm looking through the age profile of the City team at the moment. So their goalkeeper's 26. He hasn't peaked yet.
Ooh.
And then Donnarumma.
Oh, I think he's big.
Guardiola is 23. Ruben Dias is 28. Nick O'Reilly is 20. I'm just going to go a bit more of these. Rico Lewis is 21. And Nico Gonzalez is 23. So Tijani Reinders is ancient. He's 27. Phil Foden is only 25. Cherky's 22. Doku's 23. Savinho's 21. Oscar Bob is 22. Erling Haaland's 25. Marmouche is 26.
It's been stealthy enough, isn't it?
And that's obviously not including the out lads like
Stones and that, yeah.
Stones is 31, you know, and they're talking about getting rid of him. Ruben Dias is 28, and obviously I left out Rodri, who's 29. Now Rodri might not be the same player when he comes back, but what if he is? And they're in no rush to rush him back now. That whole Pep leaving at the end of the season, is that a show me how much you love me, look at my team?
He's so in control of everything that it doesn't really. He do whatever he wants, really, can't he? Like he'll go, he'll stay.
Yeah,
he'll,
no.
Like it makes absolutely no difference to him. I say he has no. I say go in there and ask for whatever he wants.
I think their squad is excellent, and if they are to win this year, I'd be very worried about what the future holds. They're just
You're mad for dynasties, aren't you?
Well, there are one.
Maybe, but
they have been one.
No, they have, but like as you're saying, they've re-upped the whole team now, so we'll see if these guys are good enough. Like it is, to be fair, like it took a pretty exceptional team to stop Liverpool all those times. Do they do that? Do you think they'd like? I don't.
Not this season, obviously.
No, so who knows? Like it is hard. It is really, really difficult.
Is there anyone who has a better job than Pep Guardiola in terms of his working conditions and everything tailored for him perfectly, and all his colleagues doing whatever he wants? And everyone loved him there.
And all the money.
All his success and all the money.
And all the rules.
Is there anyone who's ever been better set up than Pep Guardiola?
No one holds him to account for it.
I'd say Ferguson had a better setup.
Eventually, maybe at the end, yeah. But nowadays, is there anyone?
No.
Even in the world. Maybe there's one man better. Santa. How many reindeer does Santa have, including Rudolph? Let us know. 0879 180 180 is our WhatsApp number. So we're unanimous on green there for title race?
Yeah.
All right, so this is the match that we're going to talk about last night at Villa Park. Yesterday, Villa Park. Aston Villa, Manchester United 2-1 to the Villains. So we will give a colour each, starting with Aston Villa here up for debate. Now, you'd imagine this is 100% a green, but it is the performance rankings,
Yeah,
sir.
stick to an amber now, you know. Jesus, they weren't that good. Like, there's loads of room for them to improve, you know.
They weren't unbelievable, but they certainly are on an incredible run, as we've already touched on. Now,
Is Morgan Rogers the best footballer in the world?
Well,
in this TED Talk, I will explain to you all the reasons why you know nothing, sir. You know nothing about football and why he is the best.
So it's the only the second time that Aston Villa have beaten United at Villa Park in 30 years. So there was the kids in 95, and there was Unai Emery's first game in charge when a lovely little footballer called Philippe Coutinho ran riot on his debut, I believe. And here we are now.
No.
Coutinho played for Jared.
Yeah. Jared signed him, sure.
Or maybe Coutinho just played well.
Maybe it was full time.
I just played well then. Yeah.
He came on loan and then they blew their entire transfer budget on signing him fully. And like, oh, lads, come on, no.
Anyway, he was class that night, and that was Emery's first game in charge. And look at him all these years later, so they win again. So this is the Morgan Rogers game. We're talking about Erling Haaland's being imperative to Man City. There's a question that's kind of pointless here. Is like, would Villa have won this game without Rogers? Because they weren't bad either, but they've played better before, Villa. It doesn't matter, but this is a green, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, their season to date has been excellent. They just need a striker.
They have a title-winning side, because you thought Paul Merson was trying to bring Leicester into the conversation yesterday on Sky. People thought, well, people assume that Leicester will drop off all season long. But
Leicester didn't have European football that year.
And also didn't really have a proper challenger, and they weren't actually chasing.
I'd say controversially that Leicester team in hindsight were a better team.
Oh, well, you look at like N'Golo Kante.
Riyad Mahrez,
Vardy.
Jamie Vardy. So who are Villa's three best players by comparison? Rogers.
Well, Morgan Rogers, sans comparison. Like, okay, he hasn't done it as long as N'Golo Kante has yet. Fair enough. But when N'Golo Kante was winning the league with them, everybody was like, "Oh, this guy's pretty good. How good could he be?" You didn't know he was going to turn into N'Golo Kante.
No.
Whereas Morgan Rogers could, at this stage of his career, do anything.
Who is it then? John McGinn? Yuri Tielemans?
Tielemans' form has been excellent.
It's not Watkins.
It's not Watkins, no. And like
Martinez.
Amy, yeah. Was Casper one of Leicester's best?
He's really good, yeah.
He made a great save yesterday, Martinez, 1-1 with Chesko.
He did early on when they needed it. And after he got the concussion, which may or may not have been.
I tell you what I didn't like, I don't want to get too precious about it. Onana and McGinn coming over, I don't want to assume what they were saying, but it certainly gave the impression that it was like, no, come on, let's get this on with it, let's continue on here.
To Martinez?
Well, to the doctors. Certainly got the impression that it was kind of I think Drury kind of alluded to the fact it's like it's supposed to be kind of completely independent. Now look, I assume everything was fine, all's okay, but it was a little bit like, what would have to happen? Anyway, I thought Villa were fairly grand.
Oh, they were terrible compared to how well they have played. But Man United were good. I mean,
Man United were fine.
They did well. We'll get to United.
They were missing an awful lot of players.
So Villa in the green for sure, yeah? You're happy with them?
Well, one little caveat. They just need to have a little bit more of a killer instinct there. When Bruno theatrically points to his arse, arse cheek, and stops, and the ball is right in front of him, John McGinn should have nipped in, surged forward, taken the shot, and see where the cards fall. If they score, they score. If they don't, they'll stop playing. You play the whistle. It's the first lesson everybody learns.
Here's the thing as well. Morgan Rogers, both goals, right? Individual brilliance, both of them, doing his own thing. So would that concern you?
Well,
patterns of play and all that. What is a Villa goal?
Well, they created several other chances, not loads of other chances, but they did create several other chances as well.
I think you've talked yourself into realising that it wasn't a bad performance.
It was fine, right? And that has been many of the performances so far. There's two types. There's one where they're at it, and the crowd is feverish, and they move around the pitch like these kind of dervishes. And then there's the other ones where they're nicking stuff, and you're like, well, that's a sign of a good team. If you could just add a striker, is it too much for Christmas? Just a little unwrap under the tree. Hey, unveiled striker X. I take Marcus Rashford back.
Would you? Yeah. Would you take Asensio?
They don't need him now. They don't need Asensio.
They haven't actually replaced him though. They got Evan Gassan, wasn't he? Came on.
Well, Emi Buendia came back and started to play well, so he plays there. And they've also now they're playing Tielemans there. So Onana was in and out of the team last year.
Yeah.
And so now it's Onana and Kamara as the two defensive midfielders. Onana also has like a very high ceiling and the floor is getting caught in possession and being the cause of the whole thing breaking down. So if he could just raise the floor a tiny bit.
Okay, so I'm going to put it in green anyway.
Oh, 100%.
For Villa.
Yeah, I'm mildly facetious that there's better performance in them. I mean, there are better performances, but they never beat United, ever.
All right. How many reindeer does Santa have? 0879 180 180 on WhatsApp. Deadline 9 a.m. One winner will be picked. €100 Braeburn voucher up for grabs. Moving on to Manchester United. You mentioned Bruno Fernandes there. How many games do you think Bruno Fernandes has missed for United before yesterday since he signed in January 2020? 6 years ago next month.
Because of injury.
Because of, not rested or suspended.
Suspension.
Or suspended, no.
Not a clue, to be honest
3.
with you.
1 through illness and 2 through a knee injury. So in the last 3 years, Bruno Fernandes has played 16,880 minutes for both United and Portugal. To put that into context, that is more than any other outfield player in the entirety of global football. So there you are. Look, that's Bruno going off at half-time. A strange outside, which allowed Lisandro Martinez to come on at half-time and partner Manuel Ugarte in midfield. Now, Ugarte was ceding possession like it was no one's business there at the start of the game yesterday. And Gary Neville mentioned that Aidan Heaven saved United twice in the opening 7 minutes from certain Villa goals. It did feel like this was a decent Man United performance. It did feel like that. You know? And there was an unbelievable opportunity for Matthias Cunha in the second half to equalise. Beautiful crossfield ball by Mason Mount. Great cross by Patrick Dorgu. And it was a handy one for Cunha. 6 yards out, header, glanced it wide. Had he scored that, had the game finished in a draw, I don't think there would have been too many people that exasperated by the result. But yet here we are, another defeat for United. So if you look at the results, if this is the results rankings, this would be red at the moment. But it is a performance. And I don't know if it's in red.
No standards, no?
Yeah, it's very hard to tell because they just seem to be they seem to meet what they're up against. They've been competitive. It's been a long time. I'd say maybe the City game. I might be misremembering, but I said the City game was the last game I can remember where they weren't at all competitive in it. But that gets better and worse. It's like those things, like the 2 games against Everton and Newcastle, and Everton and West Ham, where they just run out of ideas entirely. It's shocking stuff. And then it's, they raise it up against Wolves, but I really have no idea where they are. But I think they're probably closer than ever. And it's such a cliche. But I feel it's like they're closer than ever, that if you got a top operator in midfield, that it would make a massive amount of difference. Their inability to sense where a game is and it's amazing like how they're doing things that they wouldn't have done before in terms of like when they concede the first goal, you have to go right back, score, nearly do it again after the second, come really close. Things like that weren't happening before, but their inability to see out a game or just do the smart thing, or none of that's there. I don't know where that. I don't know if someone comes in and just changes that. Maybe that's too much to ask.
I've often been on about chemistry, how important chemistry is. You can have a great idea, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't matter what you do. And I do feel like there's an absence of chemistry in the United side, and I think that they're trying to make it work, this arranged marriage.
Yeah,
and it just never really feels like they're fully in flow. Because Arthur making the point that they're competitive in all but one game this season, and the other side of it is the only real comfortable win they've had in this campaign was the 2-0 home to Sunderland. And if you look at every single match they've played this season, every single one of them, they've allowed the opposition to play a bit. They've only kept 1 clean sheet all season.
But it shouldn't be comfortable. They're not a dynasty. They're not a team who have earned the right for comfortable routine victories just yet.
No, but you were hoping that there's a sign of control. So there's a lack of control on this side, right? And they shouldn't be that bad.
Control comes last. Creating chances and defensive solidity you get to maybe, but not
where you're the superior side throughout the
9
match.
times out of 10 though. That's just I don't think that's going to happen in the Premier League. They control the game in a way yesterday, and but for 2 moments of genius from like a player at the very top of his game, they would have had a result against, the most informed team in the Premier League.
Yeah, I didn't see them controlling. I just thought it was a very even game. That Villa just about shaded. I don't think there was any.
What a good game. I enjoyed it as a match.
I thought it was good. I don't know if Roy Keane enjoyed it, so he was speaking afterwards.
Sorry, did anybody see the quiz that he did before?
I saw the start of it.
They did a quiz. He was wearing a Christmas jumper. You correctly identified it as the USA 94 one, but it had the word Nullig on it, so obviously it was an Irish company who had done it.
You want to?
They were all wearing Christmas. I hadn't seen it before.
Yeah.
Generally,
They're popular in the stands. I saw a few people in the stands with those.
The same one, the Ireland one.
No, just different kind of Man United ones.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen the Man United one.
Oh, but you want to know this one?
They're very
this
specific.
Particular one. Yeah. Let us know if you know.
Well,
We would love to know.
unfortunately, we're at one of our lowest viewing totals for the year.
Oh, that's
because we're
okay. There's plenty listening.
Now we're also on Twitter. I should tell you. I know it's a cesspit, but we're live there this morning. If that's your
And we have confirmed entries into our Brayburn competition, so people are aware that this is happening. People are certainly aware of Roy Keane's comments after the match yesterday. Have a listen.
So you want to go to the Villa dressing room and go, oh, well done, and they're like, they're exhausted, they're tired. I bet they were like, it's not so bad playing against United. When United out of possession, they're probably one of the worst teams in the league. In possession, of course, they're good. There's a threat. They could have scored 2 or 3 goals today. But unfortunately, part of being a footballer, particularly if you want to be a top footballer, is what you do out of possession. Everyone wants to talk about what you do in possession, what you do on the other side of it. And Man United cut corners, and they take too many risks, and that's why they're getting punished. And I'm glad they get punished. I like teams getting punished who take chances, end up letting their teammates down, their supporters down, and their fans down. And after the game, they're very blasé in the interviews. I'd be looking at players, and I'm thinking, they're like robots. They're like, oh, well, we're a bit lucky, Bruno. No, find a way. Roll your sleeves up. They don't do that well enough, United.
Blasé.
So, Roy, very concerned with United out of possession. And he says they get punished for cutting corners, and he likes to see teams get punished that way. He likes it.
Yeah. Not sure what that means. Like he's almost some sort of moral failing. Like I don't
have some standards.
What standards? Like who? So like, but it's such reductive.
Defensively, I think he's saying exactly the same thing as you. And they need midfielders. They're going to provide a shield and move the team forward. He's just doing it in the way that's showbiz, baby.
Yeah. I enjoy it. Like, yeah, okay. It's just yeah. I've had about all I can take, Roy Keane talking about Man United, to be honest with you. There's only so many more times I can hear about passion.
Talking about football.
Passion, desire.
I've got news for you.
So on and so forth.
There's going to be plenty more of it.
Good grief.
It's fun. I've come back up again on him as well, because I thought for a while it was like, this guy doesn't analyse anything. He just says, he just has a great line, and then they all move on. I don't know. I think he's coming up with kind of new ways to talk about United. Do we also have the Ruben Amorim video?
No,
not yet.
They're a bit screwed, aren't they, without Bruno? Or are they? Oh, you're only ever one good injury away from the team. No Casemiro yesterday, no difference.
Yeah, he's back on Stevens' day.
Like, I wouldn't say no difference.
Well,
they might
lose the game. Like, I'm not. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. I don't.
You could see the difference that he would have made.
He is obviously a better player than Manu Ugarte. There's no question with that. There's no with that. It's like you
couldn't tell the difference though.
You definitely could.
Addition by subtraction.
They literally had to put an extra man in there to hold it up.
And that was a good idea for them.
But it's because you didn't have Casemiro. Like,
well, yeah, but I think if they'd done what they did against Bournemouth with that, let's just play really open, Villa would have played better in the first half. But that extra man worked out for them. Like
Heaven, they battered Bournemouth in the first half.
Heaven was good.
That game.
They did cough up chances though.
Yeah, they created an awful lot more. But I wouldn't like Casemiro starting for a reason, you know.
Yeah, because they're stuck. Look, I'm not saying Ugarte is genius or anything, but I just think that having that extra man in midfield was good for them, and they should do more of that.
Yeah, it did work for them in that game. So Amorim was saying afterwards that the better team lost. They were the better side, and there was much debate about that synopsis. So what colour do you want to put them in?
Come on. They're in red.
You can put it in amber, I'd say.
Yeah, I'll put an amber, yeah.
It's not bad. Like,
it wasn't bad. You got to reserve these things for demolition.
Sorry, what gets overlooked, they're missing at least like 5 or 6 starters.
Yeah.
Well, interesting you say that, yeah, because Darren Fletcher's young fella came on and made his debut.
And Shea Lacey
Jack,
can
were
play
you
for
in
Ireland.
any way-
Lacey. Shea Lacey looked a little tasty, didn't he?
Play for Ireland.
Did you
Little
think
Scouser?
in
Irish
any way-
background? Shea Lacey? Had a shot?
Did have a shot.
Had a
yeah,
shot.
It's just unfortunate.
Just left
It
foot.
tailed in.
was any little part of you thinking, oh, that's a political move by Amram to put on Fletcher?
Oh, I was very interested with the two subs.
Political?
I could talk about this.
Well,
for a
look at the
long
bench.
time. It's a very interesting little move.
What did you think?
I thought it was. I don't know what it was pointed at, but it was pointed at something. I don't necessarily think the Fletcher specifically. He has been in the squad, so it's not crazy that he's there. But I do think. I could be wrong, but I don't know the last time I don't know if he's ever done anything like that.
But they had no one else to bring on. They had no one else to bring on.
Yeah.
Did Xerxes come on?
Thursday
Xerxes
he
came on,
was on
yeah.
the pitch. Martinez come on. Their remaining subs were the sub-keeper, Malasia, the other sub-keeper.
Malasia. He likes Malasia, doesn't he? That's in the ball squad.
Making him travel.
They had no one. They had two sub-keepers, Malasia and Tyler Fredrickson. And Benito Mantato.
Look, I'm just saying, you know,
don't
the
think it
heart
was
wants
that.
what the heart wants, and the heart wants
So
kids coming through.
He either decided to
Not
leave it
put
as it is and leave
anybody-
everyone
yeah.
on the pitch,
Maybe,
or
yeah.
try something new.
Yeah.
I wouldn't read into that much.
All right.
I think he had to, but I'd be interested to see if they play again.
Yeah, we'll
Fletcher
be.
and Lacey.
Yeah.
I didn't really. Fletcher didn't stand out that much, but Lacey just had that little run, so it was good. Anyway, we'll put them in there.
Has there ever been a father and son that played for Man United?
Oh, great question. Don't know, man.
No, Jonathan.
Ever
Wilson,
in the
no.
history of the?
I was trying to think. I couldn't really think.
Oh, Jonathan Wilson. He had written a book about the history of the club, so we'll ask him for sure. Good teeing up there, yeah. Something to look forward to, says you. Spurs Liverpool. It's one of the worst first halves I've ever seen. So the Xavi Simons red card was a talking point. I think Florian Wirtz had a shot, and Randall Colomwani had a header that he was cushioned back to Alisson. We'll start with Liverpool, I suppose, on the Liverpool side of things. So, are things looking up for Liverpool? Or were the flaws seen again? Because Spurs went down to 9 men, of course. Christian Romero. What's Romero at? Did have David Beckham, France 98, kick out at Ibrahima Konate after Konate had done a little bit of a Simeone to him. So they go down to 9, and then they're still kind of creating chances, are like flirting with the idea of scoring. So had they equalised, this has gone back to Leeds Ellen Road. This is 3-3. A game really that we didn't analyse too much because it was overshadowed by the post-match comments by their boy in Africa at the moment. Nevertheless, they did win the game, and now it's 3 wins in a row. Inter, Brighton and Spurs.
They're back, baby.
Poor old Alexander Isak. Oh my God, the poor lad. Do you know what? Do you know that's an injury now? That's when you're in pain, you know? We're so used to seeing players in inverted commas writhing around the ground with agony. When you're in pain, you don't move that much. You want the ground to swallow up. You don't want anyone to look at you. It was just the way he was, like, the concern in his face when he's holding his leg. Seems like a leg break is the early reports, but it might be if this makes sense, a straightforward enough break that he can recover from, handily enough. But he looked in genuine agony.
Well,
Couldn't help but feel sorry for the multi-millionaire, but like
way better
genuine.
than an ACL.
Yeah, exactly. It seems like there's far fewer complications. But you know what's interesting about both Liverpool goals? The goal scorer and the assist. 4 new signings in the summer. So Wirtz to
Starting to
Isak
click.
and
Spurs are terrible. Can we not are we not going to look beyond that as well
but
at the
then
same time?
Frimpong to Ekitike with the header. So are we putting Liverpool in green?
See, I think you're all way too Christmas spirity here. Man United should have been red. I'd be putting Liverpool in amber. Green shoots as opposed to actual green.
Yeah, I think I need to step away. It's certainly maybe something to look for in the new year. Win can't be green, red can't always be lose.
It's not, though. Look
It is
back.
more often than not.
But look
I'd say
back
if
on
we
the
look through
tapes.
the details.
Oh no, there's plenty
Well,
going amber.
you just gave
Go through the
Man
data.
United amber.
Plenty going amber.
I do think Man United was amber. I think they're in a good
Yeah,
moment.
but we put them, United was an amber.
They're in a
That's true.
good moment.
Concede 4 to
He also
Bournemouth
scored for it, huh?
at home.
Don't forget that.
and then lose to Villa where they never lose.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Like
Liverpool,
historically never lose.
Liverpool, we're going to put in
It's amber.
Did you
amber. All right.
did you see Pep, his Christmas plans for his team?
Yeah, well,
You
I
heard
saw
this?
he's weighing them when they're coming back.
Well, they're all off on Stephen's Day with the exception of United and Newcastle.
Pep Guardiola has weighed his players and warned them not to overindulge at Christmas. The
Oh, yeah,
subheading
he
is
would.
fatty. I haven't seen a subheading fatty since the 90s. Hey, fatty. What's going on, fatty? Every player makes a weight. They come back on the 25th and I'll be there controlling how many kilos come up to see if they come fatty. He said.
Is he? Do you think is that a knowing kind of
The
thing?
moment they arrive, after 3 days, I want to see how they come back. They can eat, but I want to control them.
Sounds like Salazar.
I have to make a selection for December 27 against Nottingham Forest. Imagine one player, now he's perfect, but he will arrive with 3 kilos more
over 2 days.
He will stay in Manchester. He will not travel to Nottingham Forest. I'd be like, you're giving me the day off. If I eat too much, you're going to give me more time off. Yeah. Yes. And maybe you don't get your win bonuses if you don't play. Is that
4 day weekend?
Poor Man City players, yeah. Can't do much there, I'd say. DK is on saying instead of watching that game, right? Instead of watching Villa United yesterday, he watched Four Christmases, which was recommended by Keith Friday as a great Christmas movie. Vince Vaughn is it?
Never heard of it.
DK is saying don't watch it. I hovered over the idea of watching this the weekend. I said I'd save it. So it's, Rotten Tomatoes at 25%, but KF was very hot in it the other day. Still might give it a go. I do trust DK's analysis in these things. Okay, so that's Amber, if you want to put Liverpool there. How about Spurs? Any argument for Spurs in the Amber too, you know? I mean, they nearly got back there with 9 men, you know? It was nearly a smash and grab point. There's a bit of applause, actually, this time at full time by the support because there was an element of spirit in the Tottenham display that was absent in previous games.
Yeah.
A bit of fight, you know what I mean?
They're now, of course, behind Brentford in the league.
Well, there's no shame in that. Brentford won again. So, with Spurs, what's going to happen, right? Does Thomas Frank see out the season?
Not if keeps going like this. It's not even. It's just they're doing nothing. It's this bloody results at home as well. Like, it's crazy. It just does set such a negative tone, and it's funny with even the. Not to bring everything back, but it's just the fact that Man United also had a concurrent run of pretty bad results at home. And it definitely kind of tempers things where you're like, if you can't rely on that, it's like it's even having to go to Villa yesterday to try and get a win to kind of keep... Even if they'd won yesterday, it wouldn't have been any sort of kind of, what are we seeing here? You're almost just keeping things on a plateau.
Yes, it is.
It's the same thing there, I suspect, where it's just kind of like, if you're not even, if you've like, but even this is just stupid sending off, like, and you're just like, that's it now. That's the game. It'll be a matter of time here, we'll work this down.
The first or the second one?
First one. Yeah, it's just like it's like once you see that, you're like, that's grand.
Do you think it's an extended Nuno Espirito Santo at Spurs, is what's happening here? There's just no feel to it. Yeah,
I'm just not sure he might be good enough. Like,
Nuno wasn't actually that disastrous on paper, it just never really got going, like, you know? It's how you make feel, Ger, you know. And how's Thomas Frank making the Spurs fans feel at the moment? What's the primary emotion?
Well, confusion, that chaos. I think they probably do feel a bit alive in that they're like, am I ready to hate?
They seem to enjoy that display at the end. I suppose when you go down to 9 men, you're going to get praised for a lot of things that you do, in basic terms. You know, suddenly when you go down to 10, it's like there's not an awful lot of sympathy. Go down to 9, suddenly for some reason you're like, anything you do at all here, good. We're going to cheer. There was kind of a feeling of that by Spurs at the end, but I've seen them being a lot angrier in games this season, the fans. But it's a low old bar here that we're setting for Tottenham.
I mean, remember what it's funny in hindsight. They were down to 9 men again, wasn't it? Against Chelsea. Wasn't it Ange against...
That was the 4-4?
No, Chelsea won in the end.
4-1.
They won in the end, yeah, but they kept on playing the same way.
Yeah.
There was a kind of a cohort of people who were like, oh, wow, this is class.
I thought it was class.
Yeah.
It was me. He's talking about me.
In terms of thing, it's like, oh, no, it's actually, this is a bit of a death knell.
No,
this guy's a lunatic.
Well, he was, but wasn't it better than this? The Spurs fans
not really. I mean, they're probably better.
The same results, right? But you're just going about it differently.
It's kind of going the same way.
What do you prefer? Spurs fans, what do you prefer? Where's Bobby at?
How do you want to die? Quickly or slowly?
Does Bobby know we're on News Talk? Give us a colour there for Spurs.
It's red, man.
Red?
Oh, yeah, it's scarlet.
Oh, I really wanted amber there just to prove a point about amber.
They're in a bad moment.
Okay, their moment is bad. United's is good. Spurs red. Liverpool, good moment. All right, to wrap up the performance rankings for 2025, let's go to the World of GEA. So the All-Ireland Senior Hurling Club semi-finals were on yesterday. Loughrea beat Slaughtneil 222 to 15 points at Parnell Park. It's Loughrea's first final since 2007. And Ballygunner beat St. Martin's 19 points to 10. So their first showdown in 4 years, Ballygunner. Interesting about this match is that Martins were up by 3 points early in the second half. Ballygunner went on to score 14 of the next 15 points. So I'm guessing there's no debate here about these two being in greener. together.
Yeah,
Unless you have some
it's
issue with
the Ballygunner thing. Like Jason Ryan must be in the running now to be the next Waterford manager whenever that job becomes available. What a CV he's put together.
So that's green. And then the very, very final entry for performance rankings 2025 is
Always finishing with a down note anyway.
Connacht.
Send them home.
So they go to the Dragons, like the Dragons. They have been slaying nobody lately, but they did do the business against Connacht.
Dragons don't really typically slay.
They get slayed.
They get slayed.
The opposite of what I just said to you. So they were 48-7 ahead against Connacht. At one point, finished 48-28 in the end. So Connacht had a little bit of fight, Spurs style at the end. But a pretty dreadful result. There's actually a feel-good factor about Connacht under at Lancaster. But if you look at the results, it's quite mixed. This is the standout provincial result of the weekend, I think. So for those who missed it, a lot of people might have missed Friday's Leinster-Ulster game. Might have been out partying. That was actually quite close, that match. Pretty competitive. And Munster won again handily. But it's Connacht that we're focusing on because of that result.
Harsh. Yeah.
48-28. That's a red, is it? That's a paddling.
Yeah. Yeah, they won't be happy.